today, from Brooklyn, New York, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Brooklyn Barons taking on the Denver Broncos.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Brooklyn Ball Club. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest three-game win streak. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that. Coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here, and they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now Jones. Throwing middle, and it's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the...
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. 2nd and 2. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Hernandez now looking to throw on 2nd down. Room to run past midfield. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play there on the keeper.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Here's Hernandez. Throwing on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there. This, the 2nd meeting of these 2 teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Barons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 92 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. 20, 10, and he takes it all the way down to the 3. 78 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. After the big play, a chance to finish. Williams won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's got it. Touchdown. Oh, but there is a marker on the field. So now the question, who is this on?
Offside, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Hernandez on first down. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And that one drops down incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And touchdown. Henry Ruggs. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Barons are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up. There he goes, left side. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. To throw is Hernandez on 1st and 10. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Throwing on 1st down. Hernandez. And down he goes, taking it inside. Hernandez. And it's caught. Touchdown. Henry Ruggs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Barons are an extra point away from taking the lead. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. They'll look to throw. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate this pregame meal next week.
Whatever it is, guaranteed he will ask for the exact same thing each and every week as long as he continues to run like that. Sometimes it's that simple, partner.
Yeah. And you know how superstitious these guys can be.
Oh, there's no doubt, right? If you put your left sock on first and you have this kind of game, you'll keep doing it. In this case, let's investigate that pregame meal. We might need some of that.
Yeah, right. It's working. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Throwing, Jones. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 5. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man. Complete. It's Barker. 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Hernandez flushed out right. And he will find his man Ruggs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Hernandez. And it's caught. Touchdown. Henry Ruggs. As time expires in the first half. And the Barons have yet again retaken the lead. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They show great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front. The Buccaneers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head over to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And that one's at halftime with them leading the visiting New York Giants. Dak Prescott, a touchdown pass in that first half. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. The Vikings trying to hold on and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Now Hernandez throwing on first down. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Hernandez now on first down. Looking for Ruggs again, and he's got him again. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Hernandez, flush to his right. And he'll find Ruggs on the right side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Here's Hernandez to throw again. Touchdown! Henry Ruggs. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Barons take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st down, Williams. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's been... Isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Hernandez to throw on second down. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
To throw is Hernandez. On third down, eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw. Hernandez escaping the pressure right. Reception here by Ruggs. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Hernandez under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Hernandez now to throw on third down. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Back to throw. Hernandez. And it's caught. Touchdown. Henry Ruggs. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Barons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive in total 8 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
From the 31, Jones. And his throw is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He moved from your former position senior year, strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage or you're trying to time up a blitz. You've got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out and you just cost your team some yardage.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st and 10, Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking sideline, incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This will be caught. Judy. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
His throw caught right around the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. 2 straight sacks have him backed up now for a 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive spans 13 plays. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Time game offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Hernandez. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Second and 16. Back to throw. Hernandez. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. Henry Ruggs with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Barons are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. From the gun, Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Ballard. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the home team here, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3, and they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game.